Remember when life was fantastic, where it wasn't ruled by VIPs that don't know the difference between paying for food tonight or paying the rent so you've got somewhere to sleep? God, that's a grim way to start an episode. But what I do remember is, back in the olden times when you wanted to get past a really hard level, you had to practice. You had to actually be good at a video game. However, these days now, it's more or less you can just play the game and you can get through, which is fine, because everybody's not a hardcore veteran. I wouldn't say I'm a hardcore, but I'm definitely a veteran. I've been playing video games since I was 4, maybe earlier, but 4 is the earliest date I can remember. Casual games are fine, but not if every game is casual. That's ridiculous, right? You can't make every game appeal to everybody who's never played a video game. What about the people who've been playing video games for years? It's fair, but it's not fair. You know what I'm talking about, right? You better do, because that's the best explanation I've got. Okay, simple basics. One button cracks your whip, and the other button makes you jump, and the directional buttons make you move, obviously. If you break certain objects in the background, they will drop items, and you've got to collect these items because they're important. There are these little hearts, there are other items you can collect that are like secondary weapons, and there are whip upgrades, which I do recommend. Holy shit. All of these items are very useful. Not one can I say that is terrible, except for the knife! But choose wisely, because some of these items are shit in some situations. This game's mechanics are deliberately supposed to be difficult, and supposed to make you use your brain. The whip mechanic is very slow, so you've got to time your hits precisely. Because there's a delay in the whip, like I say, you've got to time it exactly, unless of course you've got an item that can wipe them out quickly, like a cross or something, or holy water or whatever. Unless you're very lucky, of course, then you can do the whole level with just the whip. The little hearts you collect act as ammo for your secondary weapons. If you want to use your secondary weapon, like your holy water, your knife, your stop clock or whatever, you've got to collect hearts. There's no other way around it. There are 3 other items that will pop up in the video game. There are these little bags of money which just count to your score if you're going to aim for something high. There is golden vases that drop every so often that make you invincible for a short time. And the cross with the rosary beads which kills every enemy on the screen. It's like a refresh button except in the game. And if you lose health, the only way you can get it back is by finding food in the walls. Well, it's chicken in the walls really. Because we all know that's the best kind of chicken! Also, if you collect these Roman numerals of 2 and 3s, that means you can use double the amount, or triple, of whatever item that you hold in your hand. Say like you had holy water, you can splash it at once. If you collect the 2, you can splash 2 at the same time, and 3, splash 3 at the same time. You get the idea, right? Now see, this is exactly what I meant by the items that help out. Can you tell me there's absolutely no way to kill this bat with just a whip? And once you beat the boss, it'll drop a red orb, and you gotta collect this orb. It'll replenish your health, give you a total score, and then it'll move you on to the next stage. Now, shit starts to get interesting. Now, the problem I have with the security here is that these knights don't really do a fat lot. They just sort of walk left to right. Like that's gonna keep them safe. No. And if you think these flying Medusa heads are annoying, you haven't seen anything yet, stick around. Now after you've crossed the hallway of these flying heads, you've got to kill the bitch boss Lionhead Queen. And the quickest way I've found is to use the stopwatch. You just stop time and wail on her head. It's bloody brutal. I also forgot to mention that the colour palette in this video game is brilliant. To be fair, it's only an NES system, so the colour palette was very limited. Very, very limited. You can look it up if you wanted. I'm pretty sure it's on the Wikipedia somewhere. So I'm really, really proud of how they managed to use all the colours that they could do with their resources, if you will, and still make this very visually appealing. Konabi, you choose a very good colour palette, you dag-nabbit ribbits. Now this part of the game, they introduce you to these jump guides and these skellybobs with no knobs. If you're the kind of person that just rushes through a video game, well then you're gonna really hate this video game. I'm not joking. Every enemy in this game you have to analyse and find out how you're going to take it out quickly, because those jumping guys, they've got a pattern. If they're close to you, they jump over your head, so you got to turn around and whip him. Unless they come far away, then they come charging at you. And these skeleton guys have got a weird pattern where they go left to right whilst chucking bones in the air. Oh god, it's I know it sounds overwhelming, but once you've played it for a few hours like I did, you notice these things. Unless of course you're shit. Hey, watch this bit. Ready? Now that was pure luck, but I bloody nailed it. You know what? I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna make myself a victory shake. There was no milkshake ingredients, so, you know, I got a glass of martini watered down with lemonade. There. It's 5 in the afternoon, don't worry. Oh, this part. I actually cocked up quite a few times here, so I'm just going to speed up the footage. Be right back! Oh man, this part. You have no idea how much I had to concentrate. Just watch. See, that's bloody brutal, isn't it? But it's possible, as you could clearly see. And after you whip and splash your way past these wall snakes down this corridor, then you've got to give the Frankenstein's monster a wash in holy water. The game takes a nice turn, doesn't it? Now we're getting somewhere. The 4th stage, it's my favourite. Not sure why it's my favourite. It might be the music, it might be the colour palette, it might be the background, it might be the enemies in it. I don't know. Normally I'd like to analyse every little thing. That's why I like doing these videos, because I get the footage, I look at it, I watch it over again, I think about it, I write down experiences that I have or anything I can think of. I love doing this shit. I love research and practical work. So this fits me like a glove, but I just can't quite understand why this stage in particular makes me really happy. Moving on, all I know is there are way too many naked bunch of bitches and jumping guys. In case you didn't know, the jumping guys look new to me and skeletons don't wear clothes, alright? Joke explained. At this point of the game, the very idea of taking damage is just unacceptable. It's unthinkable. You only take 4 hits during this and that's it. You're done. It's over. Like a morning English breakfast, it's done. Well done. Fucking tasty. Hey, do you remember when I was talking about the lazy security guards in armour? Well, they've beefed up and now they're chucking axes. But no man in armour can avoid the age-old glitches!
Hey look, there's another one.
Now this is how you defeat death. Just splash him with holy water. Not a douchebag meme like Carpe Diem, which is YOLO translation. Alright, the last stage. We finally made it. When we reach the last room, we will claim victory over this video game. We will slay Dracula himself. After everything we've been through, the Medusa heads, Frankenstein's monster, those mummies, that giant ass bat, more giant ass bats down this corridor from it seems. And we will finally complete Castlevania. It froze. The game froze. The cartridge froze. Okay. If that's how it's gonna be, then fine. Let's fucking dance. You motherfucker. You just had to push me, didn't you? Well then. Fucking knife stabbeth, bitch! Wait. Maybe that happened for a reason. Perhaps that game just wasn't meant to be completed for me. The very idea of reaching that final level pushed me past all those impossible tasks. The whole mystery of that final stage, the last boss fight, has captivated me and took me to the limit of my capabilities, and I was a stone's throw away from getting to that very last step, and then it stopped me. What if it wasn't all what it was cracked up to be? What if the final stage was never going to be that great? Perhaps if events that surpassed my own stopped me from enjoying the last stage. Perhaps it's never meant to be played by me. Oh well, in that case then I'm gonna get smashed. See you later.